carry life only. Watcha. Me learn fi never trust me enemy. Me rather go a jail than let a pussy wall violate and bury me. AR with the scope on it, bust it out loud with clarity. Calamity in a self-defense. The truth are me remedy. Me remedy. Tired of walking in the dark. Yeah, what done show me the light. Put a smile for my face, cause me know me future bright. Yeah. Transgressions, fuck oppression. Break the cycle of hate, one West the solution. Animal kingdom, them what we act vile. Criminal status, black on my belly from me wake up. Me demand them a tell me just go and do it. Me no want do it. Fish out party boy that are the lace. Walk in the dark, Father please show me the light. Put a smile on my face, me know the future bright. Yeah, fuck temptation and transgressions. Break the cycle of hate, one West the solution. Yeah, big up Commanding General YAHANNA, all the generals, captains, officers, troopers. Never trust your enemy. Me rather go a jail than let a pussy wall violate and bury me. Map stick with the scope on it, bust that steadily. In a self-defense, the truth are me remedy. Me no Christian, so me ready for it. Say the white man is the devil, no apology.
Yeah. One West. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and a live no life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and me a shell down some party. Me stress, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to that girl in a the beach dress. The body a roller, she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we a poor, the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 I know you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we a poor kulu rump on NC with Campari. That is it. Move to that girl, let the body tick. What is it? You know see me a talk loud the politics. Watch it twist. No one see no chick flick, no matic click. No negative energy, a positive. One West I keep the peace and no magic trick. We a dance till the night gone. We a groove, we a vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We a party for de-stress. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and I live no life. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Me stress, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to that girl in a the peach dress. The body a roller, she a the neatest. She nah no man, so that a the weakness. So me the in a it that a no real test. Nah.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, Go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
Hey, Shalom, y'all, Bashim Shabrak, tell the brothers, y'all, Shemala, Bashim, Yoshai, tell the sisters. Y'all already know what it is. We're back at it again. One West Ground Zero Radio podcast with your host doing the most, up to 1000 Adiyar, and myself,
Hey.
also Farmer Yala. What's going on, Adiyar?
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Y'all, Bashim Yoshabrak, Yoshimata, Bashim Yoshai. What's going on, priest?
We're back at it again, like we never left. For those who don't know,
Damn right.
we had to clip it last week. We're on a mission to Dominican Republic under Command and John YAHANNA. You understand, not only to feed and clothe the Haitians and the Dominicans, who are the tribe of Levi and Simeon, but to also let them know that they need to squash their beef. Why? Because like Genesis 49:5 says, Simeon and Levi are brethren. Simeon and Levi are brothers. The Haitians and the Dominicans are one and same people. They're one family. Ain't no point of killing each other. You understand? They're one family, and the only reason that they're killing each other is because the white man's the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. It's a lot.
Right.
Again, we're back at it with a lot of interesting topics. Good night.
Okay.
A lot of these reactions we're giving you is blind reactions. We barely see like 2 minutes of the clip, 30 seconds, 5 seconds. We're like, you know what? That's podcast material. Let's take it. You understand? We don't know what we're about to watch, just like you are. All you need to know, well, you know what you're about to watch and witness. The One West perspective. You understand? That's really it. Salakia, anything you want to add, sir, before we get on with the topics?
Come on. And don't forget, last week we were also in Toronto as well. You know what I'm saying? All over the zones, all over the world, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when you think that, you know what I'm saying, like the following the Bible, following God is just a personal choice, or you know what I'm saying, a personal thing. It is not. You understand? Following God and following Christ means, you understand, that you're putting your life on the line for the people of God, you know what I'm saying, for the 12 tribes of Israel, you understand? So that's what we do in the UPK. So like,
Damn right. And y'all better subscribe to our new channel, which we're streaming from as of today as well. One West Ground Zero on YouTube. You understand? We'll stream on YouTube and Facebook and all social media. One West Ground Zero. Y'all subscribe to that channel. We're trying to move on to that channel and that channel only. So y'all subscribe to that. Until then, we'll be live on I.S.U.P.K in Montreal, Toronto, and One West Ground Zero on YouTube and Facebook. You understand? With that said, this is the best podcast in Montreal, in Canada. So y'all better tune in every Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right? Let's get into it. Let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. And of course, anyone who wants to chime in, the StreamYard link is in the chat. Right? Y'all make sure you have decorum. Y'all make sure you're not a nutcase, but we don't give a damn. We deal with all types of individuals anyways, but y'all better be ready to be told to watch your mouth if you're out of line. You understand? Salakia. Boy, hey, listen, this is Canada.
good night.
Listen,
Man.
I think people still don't fathom the effect of the unfortunate passing away of Charlie Kirk, right? He is a martyr to the white race. They mourn him in the UK. White people mourn Charlie Kirk all over the planet. They're marching down Canada talking about, say his name, Charlie Kirk. The moment he passed away, you know, the moment he was put down, Salakia, for lack of better words, white people say, white man fight back. Wait a minute, against who? They didn't say a political party fight back. And we have to get back on this topic because that's recent. That was like, what, couple days ago. They're saying they're marching on Canada talking about, say his name, Charlie Kirk. What do Charlie Kirk have to do with Canada? The thing is that it's like a call for the white race. That's what it is. That's really what it is. Charlie Kirk was the voice of the voiceless white people. It's just like Donald Trump. They damn near said he was potentially the next president. Imagine that. Your white ideals were gone up in smoke. It's a lot. And now they're marching because, like, yo, listen, we need to remember our martyr. They said Charlie Kirk was, what did it say? They said Charlie Kirk was the Malcolm X of white people. And I think some Irish or Scottish white man said his death will have a bigger impact than the death of Martin Luther King. I was like, well, damn. Might as well call him the white Jesus Christ. That's what I'm gonna say now. Charlie Kirk is the white Jesus Christ. Why do I have to mention that he's the white Christ? Because Christ is black. That's why. Salak, y'all.
And if you look at the video, there's a brother, you know what I'm saying, with the mic, you know what I'm saying, yelling for them, you know what I'm saying, like they're against black people, but black people is everywhere in white people's struggle, man. You're always gonna find one of us, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like fighting for white people, you know what I'm saying. Meanwhile, they hate black people, you know what I'm saying, they hate immigrants, you know what I'm saying. And not only that, like, you know what I'm saying, like most of these white supremacists, white, you know what I'm saying, like patriots, all of them are Christians. If not, you know what I'm saying, most of them, if not all of them, are Christians. Well, you understand? You fighting for Charlie Kirk, we understand, because that's a white guy. But you as a Christian, and you say Jesus is your Lord and your Savior, well, they changed Jesus' color into white. Why don't you fight for him? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why don't you like, you know what I'm saying, like, no, Jesus is black. Jesus was black. March in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And you're a hardcore Christian, but believe in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. March in the street for Jesus Christ, you understand? Say that his color is black, like the Bible say. Say that he's a black man, you understand, like history says, man. You understand? Meanwhile, you have black people, you understand, that doesn't even know that Jesus is a black man, that is fighting for the plight, for the suffering of white people, man. So like it.
Damn right. Listen, what did Charlie Kirk do for Canada? What did Charlie Kirk do for us and for black people in general? You understand? It's a lot here. I mean, this sets a different precedent for what is about to happen throughout the globe.
Okay.
You know, I think we covered that a couple episodes ago. In France, they have a nigger hunt. Literally, they hunt their niggas. Right. They call it the nigger hunt. You can't. It's not something we're making up. Y'all Google it. It's not something from the 1800s or the early 1900s. It's something from like what, 2-3 weeks ago. Imagine that. People are still getting lynched, even up north in 2025. Niggas are still being hunted in France in 2025. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate he had to die in front of his family, you know, his fans, his supporters, the way he died as well. But what does that have to do with us? Because remember when he died, they started threatening the HBC. They blame everything on black people. Listen, it's the white man's fault. They blame you. You know, somehow they poisoned the ozone layer and you're to blame. They hunt every single animal to extinction and you're going to be to blame. They're the biggest criminal on the face of the earth, even according to statistics, yet they point the fingers at you all the time. They want to talk about illegal immigration, but they tell the immigrants to come. They're hiring. Listen, for the fact, they don't have a problem with illegal immigration. How do I know that? Because they hire all the illegal immigrants. Most of the illegal immigrants are hired by white people. Like even on those construction sites.
And so like, Priest, I didn't want to cut you up. Just the other day, there was a lady on the news, you understand, that was talking about this. You understand? She said that the job that the immigrants are taking are the jobs that white people don't want to do. You understand? So they'd rather, you understand, stay on welfare, you understand, stay on welfare, get government cheese instead of going and work these jobs. So really, those immigrants are producing, you understand, or get, you understand, giving this economy, you understand, more power. You understand? They are for the economy of Canada. Meanwhile, white people rather, you understand, be on welfare, smoking weed, you understand, being, you understand, drug addict and whatnot, having fun and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, these immigrants come, they contribute to the economy of Canada. So without these immigrants, you know what I'm saying, Canada will be even worse than it is right now. So like it.
Canada, the States, everywhere it would be worse without immigrants.
Yeah.
You know. And again, you don't have an issue with illegal immigrants. What the problem is, you hate the specific set of immigrants. The white woman came out saying, well, I'm from Poland or somewhere in Europe. My dad's been an illegal immigrant. He's a drug addict and he's a criminal, and they never tried him for deportation. And until this day, he's still illegal. I was like, well, damn. Imagine that. We could move on. I don't want. If you'd like. Matter of fact, let me share this clip to show you, like, this is the biggest. This is one of the problems in America. The problem in America is not illegal immigrants. Black and brown people, remember, Black and Latinos and Native are not lazy. This is the problem in America. You need to fix your people. Same in Canada. Fix your people. You understand?
Repent and give your life to Jesus Christ.
I do. What are you doing here, though?
Stop. Oh.
Good.
You need to repent and give your life.
Let's get damn. I don't know what that is. I don't even think that's a drug. That's how I know y'all are the biggest drug addicts. What is this? Like air spray? What is it? The thing that pushes pressured air just to clean like the keyboards and stuff like that. What is this?
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I just know, listen, y'all are the biggest drug addicts. Y'all just like to do drugs. And then you want to blame Black people for drug problems. You want to blame Latinos for drug problems. You want to point the finger at natives, talking about all they do is drugs. Listen, it is no denying that we also do drugs, but for different reasons. We're oppressed. We're oppressed. We're destroyed. We have no hope. Y'all are running the whole planet Earth, and y'all find ways to just destroy yourselves. Why would you destroy? Native people are here right now. They live under bridges in Montreal because they're on their own land and they can't do nothing. They're afraid to go to the doctor because of the history of, besides the sister Joyce Echaquan, who was left for dead on her bed a couple of years ago while being shouted at racial slurs, right? They were sterilizing women without their consent and doing all types of stuff. Look at the history of residential schools. You understand? Like, make it make sense. Like, what? I don't know what the hell she was huffing and puffing, but good night. Salakia,
God, and Salakia, in my Paul Mooney voice, Salakia, I want to ask her, where are your teeth?
Damn.
You understand? Like, good night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the Asians, they're starting, like, they're coming out with a drug now, or process for you to regrow your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these white countries, you understand? Like, most of your people don't have no teeth, man. You understand? Like you say, Barakala, take care of your people, man. You understand? Their own drug with no fucked up teeth. You understand? And they're running the world, man, and thinking that they're better than everybody else. Man, fix up your people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's looking ugly out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, you know what I'm saying? You talk about us all the time. You know what I'm saying? How we messed up and whatnot, but you put us in those situations, man. You put us in slavery. You put us in captivity. You deny us, you know what I'm saying, of the right to even be a human being. Meanwhile, you running the entire earth, and that's what we got to look at. God, not good night, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to take over the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of looking at, you know what I'm saying, these people, you know what I'm saying, like this messed up teeth, eye on drugs, and you know what I'm saying, they thinking they're ruling something, man. Wait until, you know what I'm saying, we go get empowered, man. So, like,
and you know what? They call us racist for wanting better for white people. Imagine that. We're gonna say we're tired of seeing white people on drugs because we feel for them. I mean, damn, it's a hard life. You don't want white people on drugs. That's why we need to be ruling the world. If we rule the world, white people will not be on drugs. Nobody would be on drugs. You wouldn't have any Amber Alerts in the kingdom. There wouldn't be any such thing as an Amber Alert. Not because we don't give a damn about Amber, because Amber will not disappear. Amber will not get kidnapped. You understand? We will be in a you will be in a just world, in a just society. I mean, you're still gonna be captives because that's what it says as prophecy. You need to pay for your crimes, but you will not be fed to the gators. You will not be on drugs. You will not have to
molested by your fathers.
right. You will not have to take your teeth out, grind them, and smoke them. You won't have to do that in the kingdom. You understand? It's a lot here. You know, you won't have to do that in the kingdom. In the kingdom, listen, you'll be all right. You really want us to rule because otherwise, if we're not in rulership, right? I'm gonna show you what you get. If we're not in rulership, this is your state when you're in rulership. When you're in rulership, this is your state and condition right now.
And give your life to Jesus Christ.
What are you doing here, though? Look,
Stop. Oh! She need to repent and give your life.
Good night. Yeah, give the keys to Commander and General YAHANNA. Give the keys to Commander and General YAHANNA. You understand? Because listen, Christ, Christ is gonna come with it. He's gonna be ruling with what? He said a rod of iron. Yeah. Hey, shout out to I.S.U.P.K Windsor, Yabashishwakta, Wild for tuning in. We're live on I.S.U.P.K, Montreal, Toronto, and One West Ground Zero. You understand? On YouTube and Facebook. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channels. Right. Good night. Look at the face of the devil.
It's a lot of this, like I said, like this war on drug, like I said, supposedly war on drug that Donald Trump is doing, like I'm saying, going to South America, you want to fight the cartel and whatnot. Well, you could fight the cartel all you want. You could, take all the control of all the drugs over there, make sure they're not shipped in the US. But the thing is, even if you do that, your people will still be on drugs. Just like you said, they'll take off their teeth, grind them and smoke them. Like you understand?
Yeah.
Like these people will still be on drugs, They will still find something to smoke, something to inhale, something to make them feel high. It's not the drug is not the problem. Your people are the problem. It's a lot.
Not only that, mind you now, like individuals like Trump, even Canada, they're blaming Mexico for the fentanyl. Fentanyl is those opioids are Chinese. They're not blaming China. And not only that, listen, even if they manage to cut off the supply or cut off the drug routes, right? They'll just invade, take over the land, and take over the supply.
Yeah.
We know the nature of our oppressor. Like I was watching, before we move on to the next video, I was watching a show yesterday. It's called I Barely Made It Alive, or something like that. These white people went to Africa, on a trip. They almost got attacked by a hippo. One got attacked by a crocodile, whatever the case is. The point is, in the part of the episode, it says, oh, the parents of such and such actually live in Africa at part of the year. And I'm like, absolutely understand. Because they trade their life from England to Africa. Now, what is to be understood is that England has a gloomy weather. It's depressive, right? So you would understand you want to change scenery, whatever. You'd rather be in the savannah under the sun, right, by the river, as opposed to being in England where it's gloomy all the time. We can understand that feeling. Which is the reason why people like to move from country to country. They call that expats. Now, the thing that we don't understand, that is really not understandable, is the need, is because of that feeling, is the need to have to conquer a whole land in order for you to want to take a vacation, in order for you to want to live somewhere else and change scenery. White people have to commit genocide. They can't just move somewhere. They have to take over the land and slaughter the people in order to move somewhere else. In order for you to move somewhere less depressive than the cave of the Caucasus Mountains, you had to commit a genocide throughout the face of the earth. That's what is not understandable. Salakia. We can move on to the next one. That's one crazy work.
I'm very worried for my white daughters because I don't think they're going to have a country anywhere left on this planet in less than a decade where they're not going to be a victim or a target for potential rape or violent crime purely because of the color of their skin. And it is down to white people to finally grow a backbone and stick up for yourselves because you're being genocided. This is from a mixed race man. You are being genocided and you know you are. That's why I'm here.
So you don't think that black people suffer from similar crime?
In what way? Do I think black people kill black people?
No. Do you think black people suffer from crime? Do you
I
think
think
they are
everybody
also
suffers from crime? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I would argue, and perhaps I'm wrong, but that's never happened before, that a black person isn't killed because of the color of their skin.
Point, you need to
Let
stop
me ask you
talking.
a question, sir. All the knife crime that's happening in London, all of the blood that's running on the streets, considering you can't even wear a nice watch in that city anymore, is it white people or black people who are doing the stabbing?
Well,
I'm half white, half black. You can't offend me. Just tell me the truth.
who are most
Which one
of the
do you think it is?
victims?
Who's doing all the killing?
And who are most of the victims?
Well, some of them are black.
Actually,
some of them are white. It doesn't matter.
Actually, the vast majority are black. So
I
your
don't
whole
care if
argument,
blacks kill
the whole
only
argument
blacks.
you've been
Blacks
shouting
shouldn't be
about,
killing people.
the whole argument you've been shouting about for the last 10 minutes, you've just exposed yourself as being
Absolutely
a misleading
not.
argument.
Another army.
Yeah, you can start right here. Listen, the crazy part about him is that Andrew Tate is actually a brother.
God.
That's the crazy part. You know, that's the self-hatred that we're taught. You understand? Because Andrew Tate is a brother. Talking about my white daughters. Nigga, you're a nigga. What's talking about? They're light skinned at most. Talking about white daughters. And even then the devil had to cut him like, you're making it seem like white people are white people are not genocided. They don't breed as fast, and most of them are homosexuals. Of course they're not gonna breed. Why are you blaming on, like, you see, this is the problem. The white man taught you to be the scapegoat, even for his problems. Now, why do you care about white people's problems? It's not your problem. Let white people address white problems. You understand? That's the problem. Let us fix our people and let them fix their people. Or at least try. And what's wrong with Andrew Tate? This is the level of self-hatred that we got in our community. To the point where, well, white people are genocided. Look at the knife crime. Listen, most of the victims in the knife crime is us anyways. Well, we shouldn't kill and be killing people anyways, which we agree. But why don't you tell that to white people who actually kill us for our skin color? He said black people have never been killed for their skin color. White people have never been killed on the land that is sold for their skin color. Never. When?
Right.
You understand? That's the level of self-hatred that we have in our people. And this is why it's so important. When we say the white man is the devil, it's not because it's just the truth of the Bible. Do you know how therapeutic it is to understand that the people you perceive as a savior is actually the deceiver, is actually the enemy? You need to understand that it's bigger than just, you know, the truth. It's understanding that these same people that we see as saviors, Salakia, these same people that we see as saviors, really, they're not. They're the anti-hero. They're the villain. And we have to say that damn near every day. You know, it's not to break the cycle of thinking, yeah, you know what, the white man is so great. The white man is telling you right now that you're wrong for that Andrew Tate, who's a black man, is wrong for thinking this the way he think about being, you know, about blaming his people, about the white man needs to stand up. Listen, the white man will stand up and lynch you. Good night, Salakia.
God. And Andrew Tate must not know a history about black people, you know what I'm saying? There's a good book that's called Medical Apartheid that, you know what I'm saying, like you should read it, you know what I'm saying, and see the atrocities they've done to black people in the medical field. Just the other day, there was a report of a black woman, you know what I'm saying, she went to the dentist, and while there, you know what I'm saying, she's under the anesthesia and whatnot, she, you know what I'm saying, they had sex with her. And when she, you know what I'm saying, she got pregnant, she didn't even know who the father was. She didn't even understand because, you know what I'm saying, she's not sexual active until she recollect, you know what I'm saying, well, that must happen when I was under, you know what I'm saying, like they give me the anesthesia and whatnot, and they had sex with her, you know what I'm saying. And the stories like this happen so frequently, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But what about, you know what I'm saying, like the ones, you know what I'm saying, they're taking the organs from, killing them and taking the organs from, and you know what I'm saying, like Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying, is a coon. know what I'm saying? He want to have sex with white women, you know what I'm saying, white Romanians and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? That's what he wants. So you understand? So of course, black people, you know what I'm saying, struggle doesn't apply to him because he really want to have sex with white women. So like
God and Salaki, let me share this real quick. This is the father of gynecology, right? This is for Andrew Tate. This is the father of gynecology. What's his name again? Marion Sims, something like that. Right. How we got modern day gynecology is because of him. But how did he practice? He developed that practice by practicing on enslaved black women. James Marion Sims, that's his name, under the pretense that black people don't feel pain. He developed some weird instruments. I forgot what's it called, right? Let me see if I can find it. You know, the instrument is good night. He developed that instrument just by I call it good night. Listen, this is a plethora of instruments. Imagine how much trial and error you had to make before being able to have the instruments we have today. Right? Imagine that. He was opening up our sisters, our mothers and grandmothers without anesthesia. And Andrew Tate said, well, you know, nothing happened to black people just because they were black. Listen, he did that without anesthesia on black people. He didn't practice on white women. He developed his practice on black women without anesthesia on the pretense that we don't feel pain. You know, no matter the screams, I think they used to say when they scream and they shake or whatever is because, I don't know, it's a nervous reaction. I think they used to say something like that because we do not feel pain. Imagine being, good night, experimented on, bleeding all over the place, crying, damn near crying blood, talking about you don't feel pain. Andrew Tate is a coon. The white man's the goddamn devil, and he is of his father, the devil, Salakia.
God. Yeah, he just like white woman, man. You know what I'm saying? He want to have sex with all the mothers, even after they done said, you know what I'm saying, and reported him for rape, you know what I'm saying, molestation.
Yeah.
Even after, you know what I'm saying, they did that because he's black. They're not doing that to white man. You know what I'm saying? They did that to you because you black, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to continue having sex with them, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? Black people don't matter. Black people life and plight don't matter to you. Well, it doesn't matter to the I.S.U.P.K. So like,
damn right. Like these same white women will grow a backbone and throw you back in jail. That's what they'll do. You want them to grow a backbone, they'll do that and they'll throw you in jail or they'll lynch you. You better wake up. Talking about my white daughters. Yeah, you're a nigga just like us.
And your and your daughter is a nigga.
Yeah, that too.
If you asked her to change, would she have done it right now?
Yeah, she would have, yes.
If he says he doesn't like the outfit, he wants you to change, before you guys came out tonight, what would your response be?
I changed the outfit.
Why would you change the outfit?
Because it's respectful.
Okay, so what do you think about women that call guys insecure for saying something along those lines?
I don't think it's insecurity. I think it's borderline respect if you're trying to get into a serious relationship. Because who are you showing off for? You know what I mean?
See, that's why I'm dating her.
You know what's amazing? This is the same white woman that tells you to be sexually liberated. This is the same white woman that tells you don't need a man. She won't do that with her man. Ain't no such thing as being sexually liberated. Imagine that. Our sisters have to wake up. This is the same white woman that told you, yeah, we need black women in the feminism movement. The slut walk. We need to stop slut shaming. Listen, she will slut shame for her man. She will say, no, I can't be no whore. You tell you right now, it's borderline respect. They know. They did just teach you how to be a whore without being a whore in front of their husband. Even though we know that she's probably sleeping with that nigga on the mic. Good night. Salaki.
God, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Black all sisters doesn't understand, they do not understand war tactic, and you know what I'm saying, like these people actually the type of level of hate that these people actually have for you. They will, like you said, priest, they will tell you, you know what I'm saying, be sexually liberated. You know what I'm saying? Do what you please. Your body is your choice. You could have sex with whoever you want and do whatever you want and destroy your household. Meanwhile, she's not going to destroy her own household. She will tell you to destroy yours, but she will maintain her household and make sure, you understand, the kid is with the daddy, you know what I'm saying, the daddy's in the house, you know what I'm saying, the kids are, you know what I'm saying, are well, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. She will make sure of that, you know what I'm saying, but she will tell you to destroy your own household. So like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but
Like, yeah, God. You know, y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to stop listening to white people. That's what you really need to do. If you stop listening to white people, you realize the Bible is not a white man's book. You know, that you should bring back slut shaming. You understand? You should not be a whore. Right? Talking about slut walk. How about you do the princess walk, the modest walk? How about that? And cover yourself. You understand? Because the white woman will cover herself for her man. She just said it. But she will teach you that, yes, what she said, it's your body, your choice, do whatever the hell you want. She's not having all the abortions in the world. You understand? She's not being portrayed in the media as a whore in the strip club. And what's these strip club names? Gee, I don't even know. It's like it.
Cocoa butter.
You know.
It's like it.
Good night. Cocoa butter is crazy. You know, the point is, when you want, that's this, they don't portray these. Listen, when you look at rap videos, you don't see all these white women in these rap videos. You know, you don't, because that's not how they're gonna portray themselves. Even though we know that the white woman is the biggest whore. So like, you know how we know? Because our sisters are trying to be like white women. That's how. Salakia.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your sisters got to wake up from this, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, today, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's study today, you know what I'm saying? Our household are destroyed, and you see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's saying, well, black people will kill black people, you know what I'm saying? The youth, the YN are getting crazier every day. Well, that's because they don't have a stable household, you understand? So, you know what I'm saying? Understand the type of trauma that you're doing to your own children. Understand the, you know what I'm saying, the level of destruction you're bringing into the community by you being a slut, by you being, you know what I'm saying, a loose leg, by you being outside, you know what I'm saying, like, instead of, you know what I'm saying, standing with your man and letting your man guide you in righteousness, man. You understand? It's a lot.
Damn right. Move on to the next one. Good night. Listen, it's what did they how did they say in English? Shit is about to hit the fan.
Yeah.
You know, they're training just regular citizens to go to war. Let me get that precept real quick. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. You see in that clip, you know, that big sister, listen, you these are not soldier material. Not saying that they're going to put their women on the front line, but they're getting ready to get potentially invaded by the US. You know, Venezuela has an army, but the citizens need to be able to defend themselves. That's why they're providing weapons to the citizens. Like, yo, listen, we aren't about to let our people just die off like that, being dropped like flies. We fighting back. I don't know what you think this is, Trump, but we fighting back. You understand? That's what it is. Salakia out of work.
So Salakia, you know what I'm saying? And it's a crazy thing. That big sister, you know what I'm saying, instead of being home making tamales, and you know what I'm saying, the other Venezuelan, you know what I'm saying, like dishes, she's out there, you know what I'm saying, training for war. And you know why? Because America, they understand that America and you know what I'm saying, the Edomites are such a disgusting race of people. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let the military, you know what I'm saying, fight them, because they're gonna kill the civilian as well. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go in there and rape the children, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like rape everything that's moving and whatnot, destroy everything, because That's the nature of Edom. That's the nature of the so-called Edomite, you understand, that who are the Caucasian of today, the oppressor of today. That's your nature, man. You understand? And soon you're probably gonna see they give guns to kids to protect themselves, because you understand,
Right.
like going in those people going in those countries, they're only known for one thing and one thing only: raping every children that's there. You understand? Taking advantage of the woman, beating the woman, and impregnating the woman in front of, you know what I'm saying, like the man in front of the husband. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I'm saying, you guys are known for across the world, man. Look at, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in, you know what I'm saying, in the Arab countries. You know what I'm saying? Look what is going on, you know what I'm saying, like what y'all did in Asia. You guys are known, you know what I'm saying, for, you know what I'm saying, going somewhere and raping everybody. So of course, you know what I'm saying, these sisters, you know what I'm saying, shouldn't be training for war. You know what I'm saying? The men should be, you know what I'm saying, able to protect them. But knowing the nature of you people, that's why, you know what I'm saying, you're saying this right now. So like it.
Khan. And you know, the crazy thing is that y'all protested in the state of Israel y'all successfully marched and protested in the state of Israel, right, to sexually assault Palestinian men. Imagine that. Good night.
God.
You can't make this up. And then you want to point the fingers at everybody else like you're not the problem? Listen, they're your prisoners. They're already, you know, being starved to death. Have you seen the Palestinian prisoners? They're being starved. You see, okay, you see, and people say, oh, they're nothing but skin and bones. They're literally nothing but skin and bones. They're getting starved to death. And that's not enough.
God.
You have to protest at that. You have to complain successfully to be able to assault them. That is crazy work. And then you say because it is your right to do so. That's what you said. There's a whole video on it. We're not making this up. This is not, you see, we're not doing what you're doing with us. We're not pushing propaganda. We're giving you the facts that is publicly available. Y'all want me? Y'all listen. Y'all go on YouTube, go on Google. This is not the Wikipedia made up article. It's right there in front of your face, and they're not even hiding it. They're proud to say, yeah, they protested successfully about that. You know. Good night, y'all. Listen, this is bad. Salakia.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't trust Edom for nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like having those sisters, and it breaks my heart, like, because wartime, like, you know what I'm saying, you want those sisters to be safe, you know what I'm saying? And they have to train, you know what I'm saying, because there's such a demon, a devil, a dragon, you know what I'm saying, that's oppressing the world, that's oppressing everywhere. And it feels like that dragon doesn't want to quit until he has oppressed everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is why Christ has to come back, you understand, to put that dragon, that demon in place, in his place, you understand? Because if it's not for Christ, if it's not for the love of the Most High, you will see that demon, you understand, like just annihilate the entire world, man. So like it.
Damn right. Salakia. Move on to the next one. This one says, the FBI data reveals white men lead in America's most heinous crimes.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we're not pushing propaganda. We don't work for the FBI. The FBI is not a Black, Latino, and Native association or organization. You see, if you think the data is wrong, go complain to the FBI. Complain to the white man. What's the FBI chairman or whatever the case is? The person who leads the FBI. I don't know his name. I don't see stuff that we don't know about. We don't know about white people shit. You understand? But apparently white people know about white people more than us. They say white men lead in America's most heinous crimes. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Apparently white people are experts. Salakia.
God. You know what I'm saying? And so,
good night.
Salakia, can you hear me?
Kawaka, we hear you now.
Yeah, come on. And that crushed the propaganda, you know what I'm saying, the racist propaganda about Black people, saying, well, Black people commit most of the crime and all the crime. That's not true, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys are committing all the crimes. And the thing is, we as a people trying to follow you, trying to be like you. You understand? You the model of crime on the earth. You the personification of crimes on the earth, man. You understand? Con to water. That's what I was looking for the other day. You know what I'm saying? That's, as you could see, you know what I'm saying, the statistic is there, man. I'll let you read it about Barakel.
Khan. It says, despite making up only 28% of the USA population. Imagine now, we're only talking about the USA, but it applies to Canada. It applies to, well, to the whole planet Earth, really, Salakia. But despite making up only 28% of the USA population, FBI data shows that white men, shit, we ain't even mentioning white women yet. White men are 55% of kidnappers, 56% of rapists, 58% of mass shooters, 59% of child porn arrests, 62% of statutory rapists, pedophiles, 63% of prostitution solicitors, 68% of 1934 NFL offender. I don't know what NFL offender, we're gonna have to look that up. And 75% of incest perpetrators. Listen, this is not propaganda. This is not racism either, because this is not the data coming from a biased black person, a biased Latino person. You understand? This is not. Go complain to the FBI about this. You understand? What is the NFA offender? NFA offender.
Non-family abduction, I believe.
No, I think it's National Firearms Act. Yeah, gun crimes. Good night. You can't make this up. This is the FBI statistics, and white men will always say, well, according to statistics, black people are the criminals, Latinos are the criminals, Native are criminals. Listen, you don't even make a third of the population, and you make more than half of the crimes. Good night. Imagine that. Salakia.
Salakia, 75% of incest perpetrators. That means all of you, or most of you white people, are being touched by your fathers or mothers or family members. You know what I'm saying? Now we understand why you get high. Now we understand why you're on drugs. Now we understand why you hate everybody. Now we understand, you know what I'm saying, why you LGBTQ. Because all of you have been molested. But you know what I'm saying, like I'll give you good news that, you know what I'm saying, like your politicians are not gonna tell you, your pastors, you know what I'm saying, your spiritual gurus are not gonna tell you. If you let black people alone and we rule the earth in righteousness under Christ, you will be in a family where you're not being molested. Your father won't have the right to molest you. Your mother won't have the right to play with your PP. You know what I'm saying? You will be safe, you know what I'm saying? So like you will be safe, you know what I'm saying, because black people are ruling, and we'll make sure that, you know what I'm saying, those type of crime are not occurring on this earth, man. You understand? So that's what you need. You need black people rulership, you know what I'm saying, for you to be safe as a child. Listen to this good. You need to say, you know what I'm saying, that Jesus Christ is a black man, and the black Latinos and Native Indian are the 12 tribe of Israel. That's what you need, then, you understand? And you won't be molested once we rule. So like it.
Damn right. And you know the crazy part is that those incest perpetrators, it just mean they commit incest. They're not even talking about being molested. I'm gonna give you an example. The white population in Martinique and Guadeloupe and Guyana, right? French Guyana, they're all incestuous. They breed within their families to keep the quote unquote blood pure. You think it's just the ancient Egyptians who used to do that? White people do that all the time. They don't even molest their children like that. They just want to keep the race pure. And man, y'all nasty and disgusting. And this is not propaganda. This is not my personal opinion. This is just according to statistics. Good night. Like out of all of the crimes, the incest perpetrators is the highest, 75%. God damn. Yo, damn. That's 3/4. Good night. You can't make this up. And then the statistics don't come from a biased black person. It comes from the FBI.
FBI.
Damn. Yeah, we could move on. Shit, this is the perfect example. The white man asked black woman for sex. She says no. He says, what if I get out and take it from you? Do you think this is propaganda? Again, why this is scripted, you might ask. No, this is just who they are. Salakia. Where is this? Here we go.
I'm not.
What if I jumped out and took it from you?
Damn.
You would die.
If I jumped out and took it from you. Oh, you got one again?
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
Nah.
I was just kidding. I was just talking shit.
You can't make this up. This man, listen, we know he was not kidding. It wasn't a joke.
Right.
You understand? It was for real. It was real. He was serious about it. You know how we know? Because it still happens till this day. Do you know how many missing, murdered indigenous women there are throughout Canada and the United States? You know how many of them? Most of the perpetrators are white men. This is not make-believe. It's not propaganda. We live in Canada. We spoke to multiple natives. The tribe of Gad. You understand? Listen, I even posted a video. Go on I.S.U.P.K Toronto TikTok. Right, over 20,000 views. They were trying to kidnap a sister in what's it called? The Marlborough Hotel. In what's it? I think it's in Winnipeg. They were being trapped. You see the same way they had bloody mattresses in the tunnels in New York, right? They had the same in Canada in the Marlborough Hotel. But all these victims were indigenous women and children. You're not making this up. This is the nature of our oppressor. This is why we need to be in rulership to prevent these things from happening. Listen, you can't even joke. Who jokes like that? Good night. Salakia, Adawa.
You understand? And for all you proud racists, you understand, like patriots, I'm proud to be a patriot. I'm an American. I'm Canadian. Well, you know what? That's exactly how you got Canada. That's how exactly you got America. That's how exactly you understand what you did in the Caribbean, what you did in South America. That's how you got it. That's what, you understand, makes you proud today. Crimes like this. You understand? Why? Because your ancestors forced themselves on the, you understand, like the Taínos, the Arawak, you understand, the other tribes, you understand, in South America. That's because your ancestors, you understand, raped, you understand, enslaved and raped, you understand, like little children, you understand, over here in Canada, man. That's your legacy. You know what I'm saying? When you say you're a proud Canadian, that's your pride. You know what I'm saying? That's where you come from. That's how you got this wonderful place you call Canada, wonderful place you call America. Why? Because exactly, your ancestor just took sex from anything and everything. Woman, man, children, boy or girl, whatever. Even the dog and the cat that will rape. So like,
yeah. Good night. Damn. Listen, so, good night. You know, this is not even funny, but that's the nature of our oppression. Listen, that's what, you know how true this is? Because they're passing laws to allow you to marry your animal, your pet. That's how we know it's not what Officer Adiar just said is true. Because you're requesting laws to be able to marry your pet. Some people marry trees.
What?
Damn. I think a white woman married a Ferris wheel. Listen, Esau is the most profane fornicator. How you going? Damn.
They're having sex with the grass and shit. Like, yeah,
hey, we can't make this up. Yeah, that's the crazy part. Like, no matter how we word it, it's the truth. You understand? It's the truth. I think, who showed me that article? Somebody showed me the article. There was, I think it was somewhere in upstate New York. The white man was assaulting the goats and the sheep. Yeah. You know, and even they would put out another article. Some devil You see they selling turkey in the grocery store. I think the butterball turkey is called. They were assaulting the turkeys before packaging them.
God.
Damn. Y'all, listen, y'all. This is why the Bible says y'all need to be put in chains. Y'all need to be, y'all need to be. Listen, if there's no one controlling you, y'all gonna do all types of lasciviousness, disgusting, horrendous things that are unspeakable. You understand? But we can move on. Damn, Salakia. I gotta say, y'all, the cats is not safe. Damn, the grass is not safe. Good night. Y'all see, y'all making Babylon and Egypt look PG-13 at this point. And we know they're disgusting. Salakia. Damn.
Black people misbehave.
They do crime, they beat up everybody, do traffic violation. They are lazy, just collecting money from the government, don't take care of their children. They're good, singing well and playing sport well.
What makes them lazy?
In Africa, you don't have to do much.
This is not lazy and I'm lazy.
Right.
Okay, so this is lazy skin.
Yes.
You know I'm a white woman.
No, you're not right. You have the lips of black people, everything black.
Oh, what's black about me? What's my lips are black? How about my eyes and my forehead? And listen, I have white woman hair. Look.
My head has such hair. It's difficult to get control of it. She many times wear a wig.
Do you like when black people wear wigs?
They have no choice.
How do black people misbehave?
Good night. You see again, this is the propaganda. We just read the statistics. And he sounds like a Nazi, Salakia.
Yeah, God.
Sounds like a Nazi.
Straight from Germany.
Yeah. Explain that to me. You understand how he said we're lazy. All you do is colonize land and enslave people to do the work for you. And we're lazy? Well, damn.
Salakia.
You're a woman.
Get off your
Go to the salon to look like us. And we're, what? We have ugly skin? Damn. Not Salakia, other one.
So like since we're so lazy, you know what I'm saying? What about he gets up from his chair, you know what I'm saying? Like you walk, use your feet, man. You lazy, you sitting around all day. You know what I'm saying? Get up. You know what I'm saying? Walk and shit. It's like
Yeah, you have two legs, you know. Get up and walk. Christ said, you believe in Jesus Christ, but I'm pretty sure he believes in Jesus Christ. Get up and walk. You understand? If you can't, I mean, listen, just pray the Lord for a miracle. You know, I'm telling you right this, right? He looks like he's about to give up the ghost. Best believe this, you will be back in the kingdom. Reincarnation is real. You will be back in the kingdom with two great functioning legs. I guarantee you that. And then you could prove to us that you are not a lazy person. Prove to us on the plantation that you're not a lazy person. You understand? You're going to have two great working legs. I guarantee you that in the kingdom. You will not need this motorized chair in the kingdom. I guarantee you that. You will be back in the kingdom. You'll be going to go to the gym right now. You know, strengthen your mental. And then the physical will come. I guarantee you that you could prove to us in the kingdom that you are not lazy with two great functioning legs. Salakia.
Right. Salakia. And the nerve of these Edomites to say black people are lazy, it always shocked me. You understand? You have one of the greatest countries because of enslaving black people, making them work from sun up and sun down. You understand? Like, is this what he still want to see? Because you have everything was built by us. You understand? Like, you have this empire, and now you're calling us lazy. What more do you want from black people, man? What more do you want from Latinos and Native Indians? You understand? Like, you understand? Like, we sitting down collecting check. You understand? What about the Jewish man? You understand? What about, you know what I'm saying, like these other nations, you know what I'm saying, that come over here and collecting check? What about you? You understand? He's collecting a disability check. You know what I'm saying? So it always shocked me, you know what I'm saying, like when white people say black people are lazy. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, like even growing up as a Levite, you know what I'm saying, in Haiti, they always tell me I gotta work, I gotta put double the effort than what a white man will put because I gotta prove myself. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
Right.
work double time, I gotta study harder, you know, whatnot, because you know what I'm saying, I want to show you know what I'm saying, like I'm on the same level as white people. Meanwhile, we better than white people, man. You know what I'm saying? So like
Damn right. Listen, request to stop you getting your disability check and go back to work. You can work from home. It's 2025. You'll be able to work from home since like what? Since COVID 2019. Show us you're not lazy right now. You can't get up and go on a construction site. No sweat. Work from home and stop getting that disability check. Then again, when you look at, if we look at the statistics again, most of the people on welfare are white people. That's the crazy part.
right.
Why don't you complain that white people are on welfare? Tell white people to get off welfare and to go to work. Because then again, we're stealing the jobs. How are we lazy if we're stealing the jobs?
God.
Why don't white people work the jobs that they claim that we're stealing? And show us who's actually lazy. And I know you said what about the Jewish people, right, in the state of Israel, you know, cashing a check till this day? He sounds Jewish. I know I said he sounds like a Nazi, but it's just tomato, really. You understand? Hitler was Jewish, if I'm not mistaken, or had a Jewish grandmother, something like that.
All right.
But it's the same. If you're tired of black people on welfare, cashing a check, being lazy, well, maybe you should stop. Maybe you should start campaigning to stop providing the state of Israel reparations. Right? I mean, that's what you should start doing. It was 6 million people out of 80 million that are getting reparations. That is crazy work. What about the rest of the victims? They were not the only casualties. They were not even what? That's not even 10% of the casualties. They're getting all the money. You understand? So like we can move on.
Like there's a story that I remember, like I said, like my slavery, because I work, you know what I'm saying, inside of a freezer. And there was a Edomite, you know what I'm saying, a Quebecois, you know what I'm saying, pure lead, you know what I'm saying, came up to the slavery, started at 8, you know what I'm saying, I was doing his training and whatnot. Then around 9, you know what I'm saying, I sent him in the bathroom to, you know what I'm saying, to go to, you know what I'm saying, like we have a 10-minute bathroom break, send him to the bathroom. Dude never came back again, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they came up to me, like the supervisor came up to me and be like, where he's at? I'm like, I don't know. He went to the bathroom. They went and trying to, you know what I'm saying, like they have to go and check, like let's say the person is sick or fell, like unconscious and whatnot. Dude disappeared, man. He took his bag, you know what I'm saying, from his locker room and disappeared, left. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you have like, you know what I'm saying, you have Levites, you have like, you know what I'm saying, Latinos, Mexicans in there, you know what I'm saying, working hard, you know what I'm saying, and white people come and say like this is slave work. Here in Canada, this is slave work. We're not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? So like
imagine that. Like you want to call us lazy, but when you do the same work that we do, you say this is slave work. I should not be I should not be here. Well, guess what? The Bible says, what does it say? I seen princes, I seen servants on horses and princes on the. Let me get this real quick. So Ecclesiastes, right? What is it? Ecclesiastes 10:7. The Bible says this: I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. You are the servant that is on a horse right now, that is in a high position of power right now. You understand? And we are the princes that are walking as servants, because with this, listen, that slave work, that's not for us. We're supposed to be in rulership. That's what the Bible says. The only reason we're not is because we kept disobeying the Most High time after time after time. But this is the last time. This is our last captivity. Like Lamentations 4:22 said. You know, you best just practice. It says in the Bible, rehearse the righteous acts. Listen, go to work right now, white people. Go to work. Rehearse the righteous acts. In the kingdom, ain't no rehearsing. Ain't no complaining. I should not be on the field. Yeah. What was that? 225 lashes? We used to get 25. Listen, we used to get 50 to 200 lashes. You understand? Just for eating a sugar cane when we're starving in the field.
All right.
Even worse. And you complain about work? I thought we're supposed to be the lazy people. You don't hear us complaining about work. If you hear us complaining about being oppressed for over 400 years, I mean, damn. You can't even work a 12-hour shift. You can even work a 4-hour shift. You have to go to the bathroom. Claim to go to the bathroom. You understand? Enter your locker and leave because you feel like a slave.
Just this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Damn. That is absolutely insane. It's like we can move on unless you want to add to it.
No, that was it for me.
And this one you might have to translate it. It's a few seconds.
Les immigrants sont nos amis, mais ils doivent respecter notre culture. Les immigrants doivent respecter notre histoire. La plupart des immigrants, ils veulent juste travailler ici. Ils veulent juste avoir une belle vie. Ils veulent juste avoir une belle vie, travailler. On tombera pas dans votre guerre culturelle, de gauche comme droite. On est tous des Québécois. On est tous des Québécois. On est tous. C'est quoi le fascisme? C'est quoi?
Huh? So basically, the white man is saying, the immigrants, they just want to come to Canada. They want to impose their culture on us. You understand? They have to respect French, Canadian, Quebecer culture, whatever the case is. They have to respect white culture. That's what he's saying.
Right.
Well, I think this you see on the license plate of Quebec, it says "Je me souviens," meaning I remember. I think they forgot that they imposed their culture to the natives.
Huh?
I think they forgot they just came here and took over the land and claimed it as theirs and imposed their culture. You understand that? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know much. I just, I'm not smart. I just know shit. You understand that I'm gonna have to make a shirt. I'm not smart. I just know shit. What I know is that what he's complaining about these immigrants, he's mainly talking about the East Indians and some Muslims, is that this is exactly what white people did when they came over here. But they did that more violently. They committed a genocide. They sexually assaulted everybody and the trees and the animals, and they imposed Christianity and Catholicism throughout the whole face of the earth. Imagine that. Throughout 3 different continents and an archipelago, you committed a mass genocide. And then you complain when some refugees come over to Canada and they keep their culture, they don't assimilate. They're mad because they cannot force someone to assimilate to their culture. That's what he's mad about. He said, we're friends with everybody. You're not. You know how I know we're not friends? You're not friends with everybody? Because you committed a genocide on the Native American Indians. Okay. Montreal was the city with the most slaves in Canada. We had the slave port. We had the biggest slave market. Were you also friends with the slaves you were selling? Were you friends with the natives you were assaulting till this day? Are you friends with a native whose land you're standing on right now that you stole and that you say you will never give back? Is that what friends? The Bible said, prove a friend. It's a lot here. Listen, prove that you're a friend to us. How can you prove you're a friend to us? By saying, yeah, you need to assimilate to white culture. Can we not have each other's culture? Can we not be the Israelites? Can we not just follow the Bible? Why? First of all, can you give up the Bible because it's not your culture, it's ours? I thought we were friends. That's what he's saying. Salaki Adawan. Damn.
God. And like when it's such an amazing thing with a Quebecois or Quebecois say like my culture. What culture do you have really? Like, you know what I'm saying, the culture of genocide, the culture, maybe it's just the poutine, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still can't find, like, you know what I'm saying, the fact that the poutine has been stolen from slave or the native, but, you know what I'm saying, maybe that's their culture because what culture do you really have? You understand? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what type of French culture. Maybe it's the music, maybe it's the language. You see how they speak French and they sound like retarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? They have a syndrome or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what is really your culture like?
Damn, y'all think I'm bad. Officer Adia is a menace. And they think I'm bad. Good night.
I mean, but it's true though. You know what I'm saying? You see how they speak French? You know what I'm saying? Like they're joie, as they call it, like broken French. They sound like retarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they sound like, you know what I'm saying, like some old mountain folks retarded like here. You know what I'm saying? But is that their culture? Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to say tabarnak. You know what I'm saying? C'est Chris. You know what I'm saying? Is that your culture? Like, we got to follow? Like, what culture do we have to follow? You know what I'm saying? What culture do you want people to assimilate in and you know what I'm saying, show you respect for? You know what I'm saying? What is that culture? I would like a Canadian to answer me that, you know what I'm saying, like that question. It's a lot.
Hey, Salak, y'all the one. This is disclosure that we're not supporting these so-called immigrants. You know, if they want to come over here, it's their business. We don't care. But for our people, he claims that we're friends with everybody. We should respect everybody's culture. Well, respect our culture. What about respecting the native culture that you force them to abandon? As a matter of fact, you want to talk about something that belongs to you, which I don't know what belongs to you really. I know something that doesn't belong to you is this. This you can find, as you can see, on the Quebec flag, on the French flag, in Louisiana, right? This the remnants of the French I call it the French influence in Canada, Louisiana, France, right? This belongs to us. This is the lily. This belongs to Israelites. You want to talk about what's yours? Well, guess what? This is ours. If we're friends, why don't you give us back our symbol? This belongs to us. This is the favorite flower of the Most High God. This doesn't belong to you.
Right.
We want to talk about, well, they're taking over the land. You know, they're forcing their culture on us. What belongs to you in the first place, besides committing the art of committing a genocide? What belongs to you? What good thing belongs to you that we should observe and maybe assimilate to? Because even that, there's a bad connotation that this is a racist symbol. It is not. They stole it from us and they branded us during slavery with that in Louisiana, in the French Caribbean, in Haiti, in Montreal, so on and so forth. Really, that belongs to us. The lily, the fleur de lis, which is the lily, belongs to us. You understand? If we're friends, give us back what belongs to us. Salakia. You move on.
There's a business in North America that's making millions off of indigenous art, but it's not actually indigenous owned. And you've probably seen their products across Canada or the United States and bought some thinking that you're helping and supporting indigenous artists. And while indigenous artists do get a small percentage of sales, you're mostly making this man rich. Native Northwest is a business in Vancouver that's built around selling native art. And you would think that a business like this would be indigenous owned and operated, but it's not, despite the fact that nowhere on their website does it list that Larry Garfinkel is the owner of Native Northwest. But their website does include this vague statement and a photo of an indigenous person on the About page. But the real owners and operators of Native Northwest is Larry Garfinkel and his son, Gabe Garfinkel. And these two have made millions of dollars by licensing indigenous art and mass producing products to sell them online and in gift shops in person. And if you've purchased any of these products, and take a look at the tag, you'll notice that most of them are made cheap. None of these products are most of these designs are but it goes a lot deeper than just cheap products manufactured in China. Gabe Garfinkel here took over the business from his father, Larry Garfinkel. Gabe Garfinkel actually used to be senior aide to BC Premier Christy Clark, who you can see here with John Rostat, the BC Conservative leader. Another interesting fact about Gabe Garfinkel is that he actually was a lobbyist for Chevron, which is one of the largest oil and gas companies operating in BC. So the same person who makes profit off of indigenous identity every single day once worked for an industry that is quite antithetical to the values that most indigenous people have. And he's not alone, because John Rostat, who's the former Minister of Aboriginal Relations under Christy Clark, is now the leader of BC Conservatives, and they're pushing for more pipelines and less Indigenous oversight. So there seems to be this theme of non-Indigenous people profiting off of Indigenous culture and land while trying to make as much money as possible. And Gabe has been quite public about his political beliefs beyond Canada. He said, quote, "I am 100% against BDS, and I have no problem saying that. BDS being a movement that upholds the simple principle that Palestinians are entitled to the same rights as the rest of humanity. So while Indigenous people in Canada fight for land, sovereignty, and cultural survival, he's taken a direct stance against those principles when it comes to Palestinians." And there's a few other personal factors that are involved in this story. I originally made a video about this in March last year, but at the time I was working at an Indigenous youth center in Vancouver, and they told me that Native Northwest funds some of their programs, so I was required to take the video down and not speak about it. Now, Native Northwest does support the Indigenous community in Vancouver financially, but sometimes that also buys silence. And according to Zoom Info, their annual revenue is around $5 million per year. I spoke with an artist who worked with Native Northwest, and they were paid $200 per design for a one-time fee. No royalties and no ongoing split, as Larry continued to make money off of their work. The reason that this business works is because most non-Indigenous people feel guilt over Canada's colonial history. These products appeal to settler guilt. When a Canadian goes into a gift shop and they see Native art, they feel guilty over Canada's colonial history, and they think that if I buy this, I'm doing something good. And it feels good to the consumer because they're just buying reconciliation. But to me, it's not just about this one business and its practices, but it's about a pattern. These forms of patterns have been repeating since colonization began. A pattern where Indigenous culture is celebrated, but Indigenous people are often left out of the wealth that it creates. And it's exhausting to see Indigenous people pour their hard work, their stories, their culture into work that just enriches someone else. So when you buy Indigenous art in the future, ask yourself a few questions. Who owns this and who benefits? And if you really believe in truth and reconciliation, support Indigenous artists directly. Because I believe that true reconciliation begins when we are in control of our stories, our art, and our future.
Listen, all oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. That's really it. You know, that is really it. And this is not, don't even be surprised that this is really how it goes. You know, what do you think? Like, a lot of things are being pushed, you know, they own everything. They own everything. You understand? And we think, well, why don't we do this with the music? We run the music. We don't run the music. They run the music. We don't even run gift shops. They run the gift shops where they sell regalia, native regalia. You understand? They run everything. And Garfinkel sounds Jewish. Salakia, I almost forgot. Garfinkel sounds Jewish. You understand? Salakia, other one.
So Salakia, and to go back, you understand, to the video earlier, you understand, like this is real Canadian culture. You understand? This is Edomite culture. This is the oppressor's culture, to steal everything, to, you understand, benefit from theft, benefit from oppression. You understand? Like, you understand, this is their culture. Their culture is exactly stealing everything, you understand, and making money off your misery, man. You understand? That's your culture. Your culture is nothing great. It's nothing wow. It's nothing something that was done as astonishing as, you understand. Your culture is theft. You understand? You rob everybody, you understand, and you take advantage of people around. So like worldwide. That's why you want to be the native Indian. That's why, you understand, like you want to be everybody, you understand, so you could make money off their culture. You could use their culture to benefit you and to implement, you understand, like wealth for you using their culture. Meanwhile, they stay oppressed. They stay in the reservation. They stay poor. You understand? They stay with the pipeline in their land, and you understand, like that's destroying their land and everything. Your culture is robbing everybody on the earth. So like,
damn right. And what he said he's pushing to build more pipelines on native land.
God.
Like, it's not enough to steal the land. It's not enough to own a business that claims, you know, to profit, make profit off of the back of the oppression of Native Americans. It's not enough. They have to steal more land. They have to poison the land. They have to destroy them even more. And imagine that. He was saying, yo, so he spoke with one of the artists, right? He was saying, yeah, they don't even get paid royalties. They get paid a one-time fee. You know what it reminds me of? I still have to look for it because I have the document, right? It reminds me of when they have dirty water, right? They don't have clean water on the reservations. In Canada, there's a form that you was able to fill out where they give you compensation. It's about $100 check, but you have a deadline to fill out the form. And once you get the check, you cannot request more compensation, even though you still don't have clean water. If you're still affected by dirty water, you have a one-time $100 or so check to get. And then there's a deadline for you to fill out the form. That's what it reminds me of. So it's like, yo, we'll pay you $200 for the design, the pattern, and that's it. A one-time fee. While this man is making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of native culture. You know, and he was right. You go to gift shops, white people buy that shit all the time. Why? Because they claim they feel guilty for the history of colonization over here. So let me buy, you know, a bead bracelet to show my appreciation for the native culture, right? Show your appreciation by giving the land back. At least giving clean water to the res. You want to show appreciation? How about you show appreciation by giving them the land back? You talking about you feel guilty. White people really don't feel guilty. They claim they do. Say, I have a black friend, you know, I have a Latino friend. I go to, you know, I eat tacos every Tuesday. You understand? I learned how to make fried bread. You know, I go to the powwows once a year. You know, I support Black Lives Matter. Them, listen, Rachel Dolezal. Let me find a picture of Rachel Dolezal again. Right? That's the white woman that became black.
Salaki, what you searching for?
There you go. Rachel Dolezal felt so guilty she had to become black. You can listen. White people feel so guilty. Instead of giving the land back, you know what they do? They pay $5 and they claim they're natives. That's how guilty they feel.
Right.
White people feel so guilty. Now they become black. They feel guilty. They become Latino. They have to try and blend in with us, to share, you know, because now that she's black, it erases the guilt. Because white people feel guilty, but now that she's a black woman, what does she has to be guilty about? She didn't do nothing. She is the victim. That's white guilt. Salakia.
Salakia, you know what I'm saying? They'll feel guilty by, you know what I'm saying, the native headpiece that they wear, and after that go do TikTok video trying to get money from it too. But you know what I'm saying, like just the other day, they had like a big fight like in Kanawaki, I believe, because those organizations were impeding on their land, and so they could make events over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and we know that, you know what I'm saying, like those organizations are governed or owned by Jewish people, because it has to do with music. Anything that has to do with music, art, most of it, you know what I'm saying, like it's gonna be a Jewish head on top of it, you know what I'm saying, a Jewish owner, a Jewish CEO, you know what I'm saying? So this is how, you know what I'm saying, that this is what they do, you know what I'm saying, that their culture is to impede your land, even though they have treaties, you know what I'm saying, they don't respect the treaties, and you know what I'm saying, like have benefit or take, you know, advantage of your situation and make money off of it. That's what they do.
And this is also what they do. This is the former Prime Minister of Canada.
He's trying to look like a genie.
He's trying to look like Aladdin. Yeah, they're like Aladdin. Damn. And they complain about immigration. It's crazy. You see, the problem is not with immigration. They want to be the immigrants. That's it. But this is how guilty they feel. They feel so guilty, they become the victims. Now the guilt is erased. You understand? Salakia. We move on to the next one. Our oppressor is the devil. That's really it.
Oh, God.
China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. China will never allow the United States to launch a war against China, conventional or nuclear, without suffering devastating consequences. If you have not watched the Victory Day parade in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated, we call it 61, because it can contain 60 nuclear warheads plus 1 hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen bomb. And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted. I hope Washington has learned the lesson. If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy.
Trump, I hope you're taking notes. I think the Prime Minister in Canada, Mike Carney, I hope you're taking notes. And really, it doesn't matter where you're taking notes or not. We know you don't give a damn. White people are too proud to not go to war. But the man said, listen, let's believe him. Yeah. People who don't study things like that, they think, yeah, it's all make-believe. It's just all talks. Y'all are really, listen, really not ready to, nobody's ready to go to war. I tell you that. They said that Canada's military is ranked 28 in the world. It's worse than Taiwan. Damn. Listen, we just seen the white woman in America huffing and puffing on a gas canister. Y'all are obese, drug addicts, and rainbow butterflies over here. Nobody's ready to go to war. Salakia. You understand? It's not looking. What the nigga in the UK said? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. Salakia.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In China, you're not gonna wipe out, you know what I'm saying, like America, you know what I'm saying? Like America is blessed. Well, you're not gonna wipe out Edomite, you know what I'm saying? They're blessed with, you know what I'm saying, with the sword, you know what I'm saying? But you'll give them a good fight, and that's what a bully is scared of. A bully is scared of somebody that could fight it back. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, you know who's gonna, you know what I'm saying, destroy America? A black man by the name of YAHANNA. Your Christian church call him Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna destroy America. He's gonna destroy Canada. He's gonna destroy every nation that stand against so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And even you, China, you know what I'm saying? You have, like, you know what I'm saying, shops in your neighborhood where, you know what I'm saying, you allow your citizens to beat up our sisters, you know, our poor sisters, you know what I'm saying, with the broomsticks and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You allow, you know what I'm saying, to sell cat and dogs in our neighborhood. You will be, you understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like, dealt with by Christ. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could go to war because that's what we want. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you guys fight. You know what I'm saying? Finally, somebody could bring a good fight to America. You know what I'm saying? To the Caucasian, the Edomite. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing compared to what Christ and the angels are about to do. Salaki.
Damn right. And Salaki, let me get this real quick. Let me go into, what is it? Second Ezra's. Let me start at verse, let me start at verse 31. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 31. Because you want to talk about your ballistic missiles and ICBMs and hydrogen bomb. Listen, Christ don't give a damn about that. It says Second Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. This is World War III right here. This is the race wars, the civil wars, the world war right here. Right, that same war that you're talking about. Whoever was that Chinese man, you know, with that China man, you understand? It's talking about what you're talking about. You menacing America with your ICBMs and hydrogen bombs and nuclear conventional war. Listen, that's right now. That's what's being prophesied in the book of Second Ezra. You understand? Everybody's going to fight. But let's see what's going to happen when everybody's fighting. Let's keep reading. Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, meaning it will happen. You understand? The Most High is not playing. Listen, he's not working on our time. We're living on his time. You understand? And the time will come when these things shall happen, will happen. And the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. We will see Christ come back the same way he left, via the sky. The same way he left by ascending, he's coming back by descending. You understand? Verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. Christ will say, Kwam Yasharallah. You understand? People will hear the voice of Christ, you understand, redeeming his people, redeeming the Most High's people, right? And they're going to stop fighting. It's not going to matter if you talking about nobody can intercept your hydrogen bomb. Listen, you will find a way to, the hydrogen bomb will stop mid-flight. I guarantee you that.
Wow.
The hydrogen bomb will hear Christ's voice and stop mid-flight. It's going to lose all the fuel it has in its tank. You understand? Y'all going to stop fighting. When you see Christ, the nigger king sent by the nigger God with 200 million nigger angels to deliver the niggers, spics, and savages, y'all gonna stop fighting each other and want to turn to fight him. You will send your hydrogen bomb at Christ, and Christ will slice it in half, like in the movie Afro Samurai. When you shoot bullets at him, he will slice that shit in half. It's a lot, yeah. 2nd Ezra 30 and 34 says, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. You will stop fighting, you will stop launching missiles at one another, and will all turn and launch the missiles at Christ, and Christ will dodge every single one of them. He will slice through every single one of them. And just like Officer Adier said, he will destroy this empire and render it desolate.
Right.
Then Salakia. Listen, Canada, it says, has the weaker military than Taiwan.
And Salakia.
Tawagan.
It's such a blessing to be in the UPK because, you understand, you see how Christ said, when you see war, rumors of war, you see the destruction, don't let your heart fail you. You understand? Don't be troubled. You understand? Like the people in the world, they're troubled right now when they're seeing news like this. You understand? They're troubled right now because they're saying that, you understand, like they're not going to make as much money in the stock market and, you understand, Forex and whatnot. They're troubled right now because, you understand, they're not going to be able to go on vacation and buy that boat, buy the yacht they wanted, you understand, the Lamborghini they wanted. But to us, it's a blessing knowing this scripture and being in the UPK on the community on YAHANNA, because we actually know what's going on. We actually see these prophecies, you understand, coming to pass. We actually see exactly that this Bible is a real book, you understand. So it is an amazing blessing to be inside of this school, man.
Damn right.
You understand? And if you're not in this school, I feel sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? You Black, Latinos, or Native Indian, or one of the 12 tribes scattered, you know what I'm saying, in another country, and you're not in the school, I feel sorry for you, because your heart will be troubled when you see the type of destruction that these other nations are gonna bring on the earth. Your heart gonna be troubled when you understand, when you go on the subway and there's a, you know, an attack in the subway and everybody's dying in front of you. You understand? There's an attack, you know, on the street and everybody, you know, dying in front of you. Your heart will be troubled, you know, when you see devastation and destruction around you. You understand? But to us, we know exactly, you know, our power. We know exactly who we serve, and we know exactly that these prophecies are real. So,
damn right. When Christ said, "Do not be troubled," you understand? Y'all worry about the wrong things. You know what you should be worried about? You should be worried about stopping smoking cigarettes. Right. That's what you should be worried about. Worry about, you know, covering your behind and get behind a man if you're single. That's what you should be worried about. Y'all haven't watched the Commander General Yohanna's lecture in Chicago? I mean, what he brought out is no secret. Rape is rampant during the times of war. You have no manner about your independent women. Hey, Lord be with you. You're going to need a man. We just did a class about that. You're going to need a man. Times are harsh. You're worried about the wrong things. Listen, you're worried about, you're worried about the wrong things. Worry about, raising your kids right. Worry about knowing who to trust. Worry about just come to class. That's it. That's what you should be worried about. You should be worried about how you're going to be able to feed your kids. Not because you can't buy anything, but famines are coming. Who's going to share food with you? Your white neighbor that you say, well, this is the neighbor I need to love according to the Bible as myself. Love the neighbor as thyself. It's talking about a fellow Israelite. A fellow Black, Latino, and Native men and women. That's what you should worry about. You're worrying about you worry about, is the Gucci fake? Is the Cartier real? I can't listen. I'm not gonna buy this type of car. I need to flex. What's it? Flex and finesse. That's what you worry about. You worry about how to get the next package and sell the thing before you go to re-up. Listen, for all you drug dealers, by the way, the government knows what you're doing. Outside of that, they're gonna cut all the trade routes. Trump is bombing all your suppliers. Where you gonna get your drugs from? Trump is bombing all your suppliers. You understand?
And Salakia, Trump also want to bring back, the death capital and, punishment, death penalty also for crimes like this. So it is, you in the wrong time and space to be a drug dealer right now. Especially if you're in the US. And I'm not gonna be surprised if Canada also runs with the same pattern as Trump. To have you locked up forever if they don't unalive you. So like,
what's really is the worst time for you to be a criminal, because the only way you're gonna be able to avoid the death penalty is that if you go to war. And what are you gonna do? Die in a cell or die on the battlefield? Listen, better to die for your people by serving the Lord, by teaching the truth. You understand? You're gonna die a vain death. Listen, you're worried about the wrong things. Worry about changing your life. And the only way to change your life is to come to class. You understand? You have no excuse. Listen, right now, what you should be doing right now is tune into this podcast every Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what you should be doing. You understand? Scan the QR code at the top right. You need to contact us. You can contact us at I.S.U.P.K.Montreal@gmail.com, I.S.U.P.K.Canada@gmail.com. You need to hop on the WhatsApp. Ain't no sweat. We'll get you right. You have no excuses to not be in class. What are you doing right now? Smoking a blunt? What Captain Hadar said, you sucking on a blunt? You sucking on a cigar? Good night. Listen, you have no excuses. There is no reason for you to not be in these classes, to not tune into these podcasts where we teach you the truth, where we give you the solution, really. The Chinaman is like, listen, we're going to erase America and Canada. And you know how I know y'all have a weak military, outside the fact that they say Canada has a weaker military than the Taiwan? China already invaded the airspace with a balloon. It was a test. People say, nah, it was a weather balloon. It was not a weather balloon. Who do you think? It's in 2025. You think we're still stupid? People is not stupid. Yeah, sure. And for those who don't believe that we could go to war, y'all go watch these old war movies and see what happened during the time of war. What's the movie with Owen Wilson? I think it's called Crisis or something. Look at the climate, just to get you acclimated to the climate of what's about to happen, which is going to tell you that, yeah, you need to be in class. You need to know you're going to need brotherhood. I forgot, that's the only good movie with Owen Wilson. He's somewhere in Taiwan. They have like a damn near a civil war, civil unrest. The whole movie. His wife is almost getting sexually assaulted. His children jumping from buildings. Good night. It's a crazy movie. Imagine that same climate throughout the planet Earth. That's what's about to happen. You're not ready for it. They said already, we covered that story, what, a couple weeks ago. They're saying they're expecting Canadians to have to live off the land, you know, hunting and gathering again, because we're about to be in a horrific food shortage. Y'all already fighting wars in the streets. All you Haitians in Montreal talking about blood and Crips. Y'all have both colors on the flag. You know, y'all are not ready for what's about to happen. Come to these classes. You understand? Learn how to change yourself. Learn true brotherhood. You're going to need it. You sisters, you're not an independent woman. You're going to have to independently protect yourself if you believe so. You're not ready for it. Salakia.
Salakia. Somebody in the comments say we have tampons.
You said what?
You see that we have tampons in the comments?
No.
Like, I mean, that's what Canada has. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You know
Oh, good night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night. Hey, good night.
You know what I'm saying? In the men's bathroom. You know what I'm saying? The person forgot to say in the men's bathroom.
Yeah, in the men's bathroom. Damn.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to see a good military, you know what I'm saying? A proper military, you'll see I.S.U.P.K. And you'll see us, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we in our kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see, you know what I'm saying, how mighty we are, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are the power of the earth, you know what I'm saying? This is what God called us to be. I understand that this world tell you you're a Negro, you're a nigger, you know what I'm saying? You lazy, just like that old shrivel up, you know what I'm saying? Like demonic looking, you know what I'm saying? Caucasian or Edomite said earlier, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you are the power of the earth, man. Yasharala, you understand? You are the princes of God, man, the prince of the power. That's who you are, man. You understand? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. It is time for you to be in the U.P.K, man. It is time for you to come home and learn this truth, you know what I'm saying, and have brotherhood, and let's protect one another, because every nation is getting ready, you understand, to go to war. Every nation is getting ready, you know what I'm saying, to fight. Meanwhile, you want to get high, you want to play video game, you want to, you know what I'm saying, go to club, go to the strip club, follow, you know what I'm saying, every woman, and, you know what I'm saying, like woman you want to have sex with, and transformers you want to have sex with. You know what I'm saying? Like, come to the school, man. Come to the school, man, and learn what it is to be great, man. So like,
yeah, I keep telling people tell me I'm bad. Officer Adia is a menace. Salaki. You know,
I got my days, man. I got my days. So like,
yeah. Like, let's move on. We got a few more.
When people hear white supremacy, generally in America, they think hoods, robes, the KKK. I can tell you from the KKK groups that I was around and infiltrated, but on a scale of what I'm getting ready to talk about, it's not even close. An accelerationist does not believe there's a political solution to save the white race. They believe that society is going to collapse on its own or from man-made events, and they want to speed it up, hence accelerate it. But their belief system, they call siege culture. James Mason is a longtime white supremacist, wrote a book called Siege. Don't go buy it or try to, because you'll probably show up on the FBI's list. Siege culture looks at guerrilla warfare tactics. We're going to stay hidden. We're going to cause chaos through, maybe you kill a lefty journalist, maybe you kill an Antifa type, non-whites, blacks, Jews, poisoning water systems, taking down power supplies, derailing trains, anything to kick off. They may have changed the terminology now, but it was called the Boogaloo. They referred to Boogaloo as the D-Day. The founder of the group is a U.S. citizen born, Villanova grad, Army, former Army, Intel, I believe, and at some point had contracted into the Department of Justice. Originally, we had heard FBI, but I never clarified which department. C-E-L-L, to me, was in North Georgia. Here's what's crazy. Al-Qaeda, translated to English, is the base. Oh, okay. Al-Qaeda's MO was 3 to 5 man cells all over the world, training, waiting for the phone call for D-Day. The base's MO was 3 to 5 man cells all over the world, training for the Boogaloo. So, coincidence? I think not. The trick is how do you know which one of those is going to be the Charleston church shooter? How do you know which one of those is going to be the Tree of Life shooter in Pittsburgh, or the Christchurch shooter, or the Buffalo shooter, or the Walmart El Paso shooter? When people hear white supremacy,
listen, y'all. I see someone in the comments say, "So white people are the problem? White people this, white people that." I mean, yeah, they're the problem. This is not a conspiracy theory, but let me show you in my DJ Khaled voice. God did. You understand? This is Revelation 6:4. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." That spirit that white man is talking about, that's that red horse. These accelerationists or whatever they want to call themselves. You understand? Even though, yes, it is the white man's nature, but that spirit that we're seeing throughout the face of the earth about war, rumors of war, race war, civil war, whatever the case is, those prophecies, understand? The Most High let out a red horse, a red spirit, a spirit of war. There's no more peace talks anywhere, only conflict everywhere. Why that must happen? In order for us to be finally delivered from our captivity, that must happen. You understand? That's what the white man's talking about. The way they go about it, who knows? Who cares? All these prophecies will happen. However they happen, they will happen. Salakia.
You know what I'm saying? And Triple H, you know what I'm saying, is right. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was Triple H at first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good. You know what I'm saying? He's right. You know what I'm saying? These men, you know what I'm saying, like they stay hidden, man. You understand? And some of them are your police officers, some of them are your doctors, some of them are your lawyers. You understand? So that's exactly the time we about to find out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Some of these men are your co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Even though they might be having sex with black women today, some of them are preparing to kill that black woman. Some of them are preparing to, you know what I'm saying, invade her house and kill her kids if she doesn't have a strong man. You know what I'm saying? You're about to see the real face of, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor in these last days. Because don't forget, I'm paraphrasing, of course, you know what I'm saying, the Bible says, you know what I'm saying, like the devil, you know what I'm saying, is like a lion that's ready to devour anything because he knows that his time is short. This is talking about this empire and those people. They know exactly their system is collapsing. They know exactly, you know what I'm saying, that the empire is at its end. Just like every other empire, you know what I'm saying, at the end, like, you know what I'm saying, the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, the Egyptian Empire, Babylonian, the Assyrian Empire, all of them, you know what I'm saying, at the end. And the end of this empire is coming as we speak. And they're seeing that. They're not dumb at this point and level. They're seeing that, you know what I'm saying, they're falling. So if they fall, they're the type of people like, we're gonna fall, we're bringing everybody else with us. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of spirit, the type of mentality. That's why you're about to see, like, you know what I'm saying, real mass shooting everywhere, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And Lord Allah, you know what I'm saying, those Ishmaelite, you know what I'm saying, those Arab will go, you know what I'm saying, will use exactly those times to commit crimes like them as well. Because, like, you know what I'm saying, those sleeper cells coming from Al-Qaeda, even though they were given money by the US government and also the Canadian government, you understand? So all of them, you know what I'm saying, are here and silent right now, but you're about to see a lot of destruction in these lands. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're even taking the metro. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I stay on alert all the time. You know what I'm saying? I see something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stay on alert because you're about to see destruction in a whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? The same destruction that Esau has been bringing to these other nations, they're gonna bring that type of destruction to Esau as well. So, like,
no,
and
damn
so,
right.
like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for the government agencies that's looking this class, we're not gonna do none of these things. We are trained men. We are about peace. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do none of these things. Maybe you should have us as counselors. You know what I'm saying, in the government. Maybe you should have us as counselors and be like, do you think that you know what I'm saying, this person fit the profile? You know what I'm saying? Because we good at our job. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you should have us as that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, we are actually the men that's trying to prevent these things and warning people, you know what I'm saying, against the danger that is coming. So, like,
God, shit, I was about to say the goddamn same thing. Damn. Listen, we are not affiliated with anybody. We don't condone any acts of violence. We as we tell people, listen, just sit and watch. Come to class, sit and watch everything unfold. That's it. That's really it. We tell people stop getting high. Stop being around these people that are about to run loose like a plague, like the plague that they are, and show their true nature to everyone on the face of the earth. And again, these people are just, you might, just like the white man said right here, Triple H. You understand? You might think there's some, racist skinheads that you're gonna run across with tattoos and swastikas tatted on their face and chest and things like. Listen, this is just your regular white person that you run across the street every day. That they see them jog, you see them go to the grocery store. They're your dentist. They don't even look like him with a bunch of tattoos on their arms. Just a regular white boy. You understand? Dylan Roof didn't show besides the bowl cut, right? It's a lot here. Dylan Roof, they didn't really look like some crazed, white supremacist. Just looked like a regular white boy. Peyton Gendron. All these, listen, these mass shooters don't look like I don't see how you could profile, like, what's the look of a mass shooter? What's the look of a racist? They just look like regular white boys. And the same things he was talking about, they're going to accelerate the movement. These are the same white people that just drop cases of guns in the middle of Chicago. The same white people that provide bricks when it comes to a black protest march. They provide bricks. And then these bricks they provide to throw in the stores, black people don't even take these bricks. Black-faced white people take the bricks and dash them on the stores. They loot the stores and they blame it on black people. These are the same white people he's talking about. Just regular white people. That's it. Nothing. There's no telling what they look like. Oh, so like that.
No, I just wanted to bring a point why you say this. Sometimes it's even the police officers dressed in civilian that's throwing the rocks.
Damn right.
It's a lot.
And even they brought it out in Canada. A lot of white neo-Nazis, Antifa, or whatever group they want to call themselves, right? They're recruiting in fighting gyms. They're recruiting in gyms. They're preparing themselves already. Like, whatever he's saying about America is going on in Canada, is going on in the UK. Damn, they had 100,000 people march and fight the police in the UK because they said they need to make the UK white again. It's going on in France and Spain. It's going on throughout the globe. You understand? You're about to see it happen. And when shit hits the fan, don't be surprised, because we've been telling you the white man's the devil, the Bible speaks of it, that you should never trust in your enemy. That same white boy that he's friends with you right now, listen, he's gonna, talking about stab you in the back, he's gonna shoot you in the back of the head. Salakia.
God.
Yeah, one more clip before we end it.
I decided to meet people who think the white race is under threat and that I am their enemy.
Fuck you! Get a heart attack!
I met neo-Nazis.
Jews and homosexuals, they should be exterminated, every single one of them.
History will decide who is superior.
White power!
Men who say they've lived lives of racist violence.
Prepare to burn, you've attacked our people, and now it's your turn. I've hurt people horrifically with my bare hands.
I've been to prison, I've kidnapped people, I've harmed people. I've done things that you would think I'm insane.
And I sat down with the new leaders of the white nationalist movement, men from privileged and elite backgrounds.
We did it. We took it. We took it with force. We won.
Shame! Shame on all of you! Shame!
I joined the extremists on the front lines of the race wars in America. I wanted to see if I could understand their anger, to get to know the personal reasons why they are drawn to such hatred and division.
Fuck you!
I decided to
listen, we just see, you know what? She sat down with them. She interviewed these neo-Nazis or whatever the case is. These are regular white men. Some of them have tattoos. You can't see. They have shirts on.
God.
It says they spoke to the elites, privileged white people. This is not white trash. This is not the trailer trash, trailer park white trash that you see in the movies that live in trailers or whatever. This is just regular white men, blue collared white men. Look at the white boy in the car talking about he did atrocious things. What do these people look like? It's just regular white people. That's it. Regular white people in America, regular white people in Argentina, regular white people in Germany and Canada. It's just the average white man with a suit on. That's who they are. And that's who's about to show their true color. Like, don't focus on the ones people are too focused on the ones that are just openly racist and waving a Confederate flag. Yeah, they're showing you. This is not the sleeper cells that the other white man was talking about. This is not the people that is just, walking around and blending in with society. They're marking themselves like, yeah, listen, this is white pride, right? Those who don't yell it out loud and who are getting ready, in secret, they're about to show their true colors. These are the people. A lot of these people say, I have black friends. I have a black wife. I am not racist. They don't even speak about their ideologies. They might make you believe that, yes, slavery was a horrible thing. You know why slavery was a horrible thing? Because it ended. That's why. You understand? Hey, listen, you're about to have a harsh wake-up call. The Bible says it is time, right? What is it? Romans 11? Let me get it real quick, right? Romans 11 says it's time for you to wake up right now. Is it Romans 11? Salah, I forgot. It's in the book of Romans. That's all I know. It is time for you to wake up right now. You understand? It's not time to keep sleeping. It's not time. Listen, time for let's all get together as the human race. That's been over with long time ago. It never happened in the first place. Salaki, other one.
So Salaki, I'm gonna read something for you, Babu Kwasha, right? George Lincoln Rockwell, leader of the American Nazi Party, lay dead after being assassinated by former member John Patler in 1967. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know they're against Nazis and Jews and, you know what I'm saying, like homosexuals, but, you know what I'm saying, even their founder was assassinated and killed by one of them.
Yeah.
You understand? And I wouldn't be surprised if, you know what I'm saying, like, it doesn't have like some affiliation with some Jewish, you know what I'm saying, some Jewish head and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a major side up, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, they have like a war within themselves. But, you know what I'm saying, like their own leader or their own creator of the American Nazi in the US was assassinated by another Nazi, not by a Jewish man, not by the LGBT, not by a Negro, but by their own people.
Imagine that.
Group. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? So what are they really like protesting against? Like protest against yourself. So, you know what I'm saying? Be against yourself because you actually are the problem. You know what I'm saying? You are the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jewish people, you know what I'm saying? You want to say, well, they want to eradicate you, you know what I'm saying? Make better choices and who you vote in power and who you put in power. Because most of your president, you know what I'm saying, bow down to the Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? Even your leaders that representing you are, you know what I'm saying, with the Jewish community. You know what I'm saying? LGBT never attacked no Nazi and whatnot. So what are they really mad about? You know what I'm saying? What is really your fight and your plight? Because there's none. You are the problem. Your leader was killed by one of you guys. So what is the problem that you have with everybody else? And you mad at us, you understand? If we even talk about slavery, when we went through, you know what I'm saying, atrocities, you know what I'm saying, atrocities, cruelties, you know what I'm saying, you mad at us for speaking about it. Meanwhile, you never went through nothing. There's nothing that happened to you for you to be mad of. You understand? So it's actually, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of stupid, like, you know what I'm saying, like Edomites, you know what I'm saying, oppressors that want to have a cause and feel like a man. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, they're all dumb. They're smoking weed. They're high. And they're against homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? I will put my money on it. Most of them are homosexuals because that's the culture of Esau. You know what I'm saying? I will put my money on it. You know what I'm saying? All of them are homosexual. Matter of fact, Most of the Nazis, you know what I'm saying, we've seen that have been killing people, going on a rampage, you know what I'm saying, being murderers and whatnot. They were homosexuals. They were living that LGBT lifestyle. So, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just a bunch of Edomites being Edom. You know what I'm saying? And these are your doctors, your police officers, you know what I'm saying, your men in Congress, you know what I'm saying, Parliament and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? These are your regular, you know what I'm saying, neighborhood-friendly white boy. The one that sell you the weed, the dope that you want, you know what I'm saying, the pills that you want, you know what I'm saying, the drug that you want to sell to your community. These are the same, you know what I'm saying, Nazis. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
You're right. Neighborhood-friendly. This is your neighborhood-friendly Spider-Man.
God.
God. It's like it. And I found the precept I was looking for. Romans 13 and 11. This is for all you, you know, all of our brothers and sisters over here still talking about integration, that we need to love everybody or whatever the case is. It's time for you to wake up, because you're gonna get a harsh wake-up call. Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Y'all better come to class right now. That's what it means. Y'all better stop sleeping. Sleep. Listen, the only way you're able to live the American dream is if you're asleep. Your American dream, the American dream is what's pushed. That's how you know America is Babylon. Nobody's talking about the Canadian dream. Nobody's talking about the European dream. It's all about the American dream. Live amongst white people, white neighbors. What Malcolm, well, not Malcolm X, Martin Luther King said, little white boys hand in hand with little black girls, and little black boys with little white girls, whatnot. That never happened. They're showing you right. Listen, the white woman came out and said, why did we even march for integration? So that black people could use the same bathroom as white people? That's it? So you could swim in the same swimming pool? Don't you know that white people's swimming pool is a cesspool of filthiness? That's why you marched? To sit on the same toilet seat as a white person?
All right.
That's it? It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up that integration was a mistake. That you should stick with your own. That blacks, Latinos, and natives are one and the same people. That, you know, divided we're weak. United we're strong. That's what it do. How do you think they came about divide and conquer? That's how they're able to oppress you, because they divide you. It's time for you to wake up and come to these classes. Tune into this to these podcasts. The best podcast in the city right now. One West Ground Zero Radio, One West Ground Zero podcast in Montreal, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. You have no excuses. I bet right now you're sucking on the blunt. It's time for you to put the weed down. You understand? For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Yeah. Y'all called about the rapture on September 24th. Listen, salvation is nearer than ever you ever believed. Y'all postponed the rapture a week, a month later. Well, guess what? Christ is coming back. You understand? Sooner than you think. And all these atrocities, calamities, these wars, these famines, these things that you deem horrible that are happening across the globe have to happen. And worse is coming before Christ is back, before his salvation is here. That's why it's time for you to wake up right now. You will see horrible things happening. You will see, well, I'm surprised that white people are like that. I thought that was over with. No. It ain't over till Christ comes back. It ain't over till it's over. And it ain't over till Christ comes back and our kingdom is established. And we're establishing the kingdom right now. That's why it's important for you to come to class right now. It's not time for you to keep sleeping, to keep dreaming about the American dream or whatever, or whatever the case is. You understand? It's time for you to get in these classes. Do United Days, get your Hebrew name, put in all black, become a soldier of God, soldier in Christ. You sisters, yeah, it's time for you to put some goddamn clothes on. You understand? Don't be a target. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday, we're here. And then we have classes throughout the week. You have no excuses not to be able to find us. Just look up I.S.U.P.K in your zone. the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We're not hiding anywhere. We want the truth to be broadcasted everywhere. Salakia.
So like, yeah, I just wanted to add as well, like, you know what I'm saying? I understand, like, you know what I'm saying, you entertained by these other podcasts where, you know what I'm saying, like, they get drunk and talk about stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they get, you know what I'm saying, like, these women are in there, you know what I'm saying, talking about anything but, you know what I'm saying, that has to do with sex and whatnot. We are the only one that's going to bring, like, you know what I'm saying, like, relevant topics and relevant subject to you and tell you the truth, breaking it down, giving the perspective for you to open your mind. You know what I'm saying? We're the only one that's doing that in Canada, and we, you know what I'm saying, ground zero. That's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not in the school, in the I.S.U.P.K, I feel bad for you because you don't understand what's happening in the world. You understand? And another thing is, like, you know what I'm saying, what we do it for you. We do it for free, and we do it for you because we love you. You know what I'm saying? We love so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, and we want, you know what I'm saying, like, the truth. The truth cannot never be hate. You know what I'm saying? The truth cannot only has to be love, but somebody that lies to you hates you. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? We bring in love to you. We bring in truth to you in every aspect and fashion of this life. You know what I'm saying? Come get it. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it for free. We don't care about your money. All we want is, like, you know what I'm saying, is for all people to stand up and rise up and open their eyes and wake up, you know what I'm saying, from the sleep that they're under, from the, you know what I'm saying, the dirty mind that they have, and come and wash your brain from all this filth. You know what I'm saying, that you've been having in your brain. You know what I'm saying, like, we the cure. We giving you the cure, the medicine that you need. You understand? So, like,
And with that, so we're gonna end it right here. Another successful episode. You understand? One West Ground Zero Radio podcast. And just like us out here said, we do this for free. We don't give a damn about your money. That doesn't mean you should not pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. ISUPK.com. The Passover is coming up as well. You understand? We'll be live tomorrow for the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles, right? Again, contact us, you know, look us up, contact us on any social media, everywhere. You have no excuses. It's time for you to wake up right now before it's too late. And a lot of y'all are going to realize, damn, I should have contacted these crazy niggas before it's too late. If I'm starving to death.
Right.
You understand? With that, we'll be back next week, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we went over the time slightly a bit today, you know. But get in class, pay your tithes. With that, right. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Yeah. One West. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and a live no life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and we a shell down some party. Be stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roller, she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears, but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we a poor, the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5, I know you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we a poor, kulu rump on NSC with Campari. That is it. Move to that girl, let the body tick. What is it? You know see me attack low the politics. Watch it twist. No one seen a ratchet flick, no matic click. No negative energy, a positive. One West I keep the peace and no magic trick. We are dance till in icon. We are groove, we are vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We are party for de-stress. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and I live no life. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Me stress, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll, she a the neatest. She nah no man, so that a the weakness. So me the inna it here, that a no real test. Nah.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.